to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
The UNI Panther softball team had one of the best seasons in program history. We recap the 2022 season with UNI head softball coach Ryan Jacobs. And coach started at home in the Unidome and finished at the conference tournament from start to finish. Seemed like your team just continued to get better all year.
Yeah, that's the theme. That's what we want to do. That's, as coaches, that's what you want to see. You want to find ways that you're weak and build on them and keep improving. And, we did that. We opened up the season against Nebraska, got a 1-run win there at home. Not really playing our best ball, but you look at what they did too. That was a big win for us. And then especially as the season went on, they continue to improve and have a great year as well. And
Nebraska ends up in the NCAA tournament, played in a regional game very competitively. Biggest highlight for me in that regular season was that 16-game winning streak, because that was just impressive, where your kids went out and they would sweep the conference series weekend after weekend all through April.
It's really hard to do. It really is. It's not something that you think about. It's not something that you set as a goal. It just happens. And, I've been a part of 2 really good winning streaks, and they've all been in the Valley. They've all started at the beginning of the Valley season. They both started with a really rough preseason where we had to learn and figure ourselves out and get really motivated. But it really takes 2 really good pitchers. Yeah. Absolutely takes that.
They absolutely had that. Kaylin Packard, Samantha Heyer, 2 kids finished in the top 3 in ERA, in strikeouts per innings pitched, and those 2 really led you through that season. What did you see from the pitching staff, those 2 specifically, but you had some 3rd and 4th pitchers step up as well?
Yeah, I just think as a group, you look at we returned everyone, and from a staff last year, they lowered their ERA by a full run, and that's pretty impressive. As a group, they all improved. They did a great job. Hats off to Monica. I know she works extremely hard with them and has a great relationship with each one of them individually, and they all have their little piece that they bring to the table that they're different, and I think that helps. But just to see a good staff really hone in and improve and really make a big difference in that ERA was huge.
Packard named first team All-MVC, as Heyer was named second team All-MVC. You had Emmy Wells named not just the Defensive Player of the Year and Outstanding Catcher, but named the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. As boy, did she start delivering at the plate with her home runs.
She really did, and that started in the fall. We could just see the development that made from freshman year to sophomore year to in the fall. It was just like, wow, different player. We knew that she was capable of it, just seeing her as a freshman, seeing how she sees the ball and how she really attacks the game. I'm not surprised that she had such a great year.
You had Taylor Hogan, a second baseman, named first team All-Conference as well. Here's a young gal, Missouri Valley Conference Diver of the Year, played multiple sports until the swimming and diving season was over. Just an excellent batter and a great defender.
Unbelievable person, unbelievable story. I could sit here and talk about the stuff that she's done all year long, and it started as a freshman when I would say there's one kid on our team that plays 2 sports that's working 40 hours a week on sports, and also is straight A's in the classroom. Point to them because they've got to be looking exhausted, right? And she doesn't. She's the one that you would pick last because she's always flying around, always working hard. Loving what she's doing, and it was great to see her have so much success on both sides this year.
Absolutely, loving the team as well that she's a part of, both swimming and diving, and this UNI softball team as well. We'll talk some more individuals coming up. Coach, that 16-game win streak though helped your program record a record 22 wins in Missouri Valley Conference play this year. The consistency that this team brought in, really unprecedented here.
Yeah, and it goes back to training. We talk about it every day. Be as consistent as possible with your approach, and that will be what gets you the results that you're looking for. And then, we don't allow ourselves, I know I don't allow myself to pat ourselves on the back very long. Enjoy it. It's something that's hard to do, but on to the next thing. And I think that's the mentality of all of our players is, it was great that we were having good things happen, but we didn't think about them too long. We moved to the next challenge, and that's what you got to do, especially in our league. You look at all the great players that were seniors this year. It was a tough league this year.
Absolutely. We'll have more on that coming up right here on Panther Sports Talk.